You know, it's amazing to look back at the past and to think about how crazy those times were. You know, the initial part of this and fighting with the ex and trying to co-parent and struggling with everything, trying to balance work, trying to balance the kids' school, paying attorneys. I mean, just the whole 9 yards. You know, and you get so caught up in everything that is going on and everything that's happening that it's consuming. It consumes your whole life. At least it did for me. You know, then you add in the shenanigans and the stupid games and the, you know, posturing and the, you know, I've decided that you can't see my kids, which I'm sure some of you have gone through, and being triangulated with your kids and trying to cope with everything that's going on and interacting with the teachers and all that stuff. You know, when you're going through this, it feels like a nightmare that just doesn't end. And it's hard to see life on the other side. You know, then I look at today, well, not today, but just lately, you know, I mean, it's just like things are relatively calm. The shenanigans that the ex used to do that would really bother me just, you know, aren't really there. It's like every day it gets a little bit easier. And when I look back and I think back whenever this first started, and it just seems so overpowering and so overwhelming. The fear just gripped me on what was going to happen, and you know, I was terrified of family court and you know, the fact that you know, moms always win. You know, you're not going to get custody, you're not going to get visitation, or you're not going to get anything that equals fair. Or I mean, and if you're in a situation where your ex is talking about leaving the state, you might think, oh my God, they're going to get to leave. I'll never get to see my kids again. You know, I used to remember, you know, my ex would always say, my kid's this and my kid's that. And it used to really irritate me because I'm like, they're not your personal possessions. You know, they're our kids. Then I find myself, you know, every once in a while saying my kids, but, you know, it's amazing because it's one big control tactic and manipulation tactic after another. And you know, even in the midst of it, you know, there were a lot of good things that were happening, a lot of victories that I was having that I didn't even recognize, that I was so worried about what was happening and what was going on that I didn't even see them. And you know, looking back, I wish I would have been able to recognize them, because it would have calmed me down. It would have made me feel more grounded in what was going on, and it made me feel that the situation wasn't as dire as I was making it out to be in my own head. You know, nowadays I have a really good relationship with my kids. It wasn't an easy thing to get to this point. I mean, it didn't happen overnight. It took a lot of work, took a lot of perseverance, took a lot of soul searching on my part, but it's, you know, man, it's better. And it's crazy to look at. I mean, I look at all the different things that I felt were important, that I was trying to fight her on, that I was trying to even deal with at work. I mean, I've talked before about how I've stepped down in my position so I could have more time for the kids, and that was a bitter pill to swallow. That was something that bothered me for a really long time. So I can look at things today and I'm grateful for where I'm at. I'm grateful for the life I have. And there was a time where I didn't think that this would even be possible. I made a video the other day where I was talking about how, you know, just the sheer perseverance and anger that I wasn't going to be broken by this situation. And, you know, I look at it now and it's hard sometimes to even remember that was, you know, that was my life. And I guess the message on this video is just, you know, every day that you go on, every day that you make it through it is a day closer to getting your life back, getting back to who you want to be, getting back to the things that are really important. You know, I don't know. You know, maybe it seems so far away that it's hard to comprehend. But what I'll say is that I didn't think, you know, I never in a million years imagined this. I hoped that it would be like this. I hoped that, you know, I would have those days where I'd be driving to work and just kind of relaxed and grateful for the day and excited for what comes next. So on that, hopefully you're having a great day, and I'm going to wrap this up before some plane takes off and makes all kinds of noise, and I'll chat with you guys later. Take care. Bye. You know, it's amazing when you look back at that was a sonic boom.